This isn't just any fan, it might be the coolest one I've ever reviewed. This is the DREO TurboPoly Fan 508S. When it comes to the design, the DREO TurboFan 508S might be one of the coolest and cleanest looking fans I have ever tested. The all-white finish gives it a super slick modern vibe, and the smooth polish across the body just makes it feel premium. And you don't get any like clunky buttons here, everything's touch sensitive, and you just tap the logo and it responds. It keeps the whole look minimal and futuristic for sure. What really stands out is how the fan head is like held up by these side arms, and it literally looks like it's floating, and that design isn't just for like a show though. It allows for full 3D oscillation at 120 degrees vertically and horizontally. So it can move air in like all direction, and pair this with the turbine inspired fan blades and this thing can push air up to 90 feet. You can actually feel it across the room, like no joke. Another nice touch is the built-in ambient light. I personally use it at night, like as a soft night light when I'm like winding down, and you can customize the color too, so it just adds a nice vibe to your space. And it's not just a fan, it actually like adds to the room's aesthetic. Like I love this thing as like a decor piece, like especially at night with the lights on. This thing looks amazing. Overall amplifies the aesthetic and the vibe of my room, and I really like it for that aspect. The height is adjustable with a simple twist knob on the back, and it even has like a slot to hold a remote, which is nice. And sometimes when my phone's dead or something, I can still control the fan with the remote or just right on the device. So the device itself has those buttons, so you can control it on the device as well. Also, I would like to give a shout out to DREO for thinking about like the long-term use. You can take off most of the parts and clean them easily, which is super helpful. Like if you're using it regularly, it will get dirty and dusty, and you can take it off and you can easily clean it. So on the inside, it's rocking a DC motor, which means it's quieter operations and better energy efficiency compared to like other AC motors, all while keeping the design compact and modern. Overall, the TurboPoly Fan 508S nails its design. It's simple, clean, and smart, and it's a lovely addition to any space. Like makes a great piece for both function and decoration. Alright, let's talk about perhaps one of the most important part of this whole video, and that is the actual testing of the fan. So for the fan test, I started by demonstrating the airflow capacity with the fan set to its highest level, level 9. And this is aiming at an IKEA bamboo tree positioned across my room. Without the fan on, the tree remained completely still, but once powered on, the strong airflow visibly shook the leaves. Like you can clearly see this, like it's showing its reach and power. It's genuinely impressive with its performance, even though level 9 is like very powerful. I typically only need it at like level 3 or level 5 for everyday use, especially at night. Like it does a great job of keeping me cool without being overbearing. As for the sound test, my room measured about 30 dB with no fan running. At the highest setting, the noise level reached around 60 dB, so about 30 dB added by the fan itself. While it's noticeable at full power, it's significantly quieter at moderate levels, like level 4 or 5, which is where most people will use it. So overall, the fan delivers excellent airflow and reasonable noise levels, especially considering like the performance. It definitely passes both the tests with flying colors. Let's talk about the smartphone application and all the smart controls that are available. So DREO does this really well. They have a single app that you can control all their devices with, and the circular fan is of course on it. First, you can turn on and off the fan. It has 6 modes. There's a sleep mode, which gradually reduces fan speed every 30 minutes up to 2 levels, which helps with balancing cooling and quietness while dimming the display brightness for better sleep. There's auto mode, which adjusts the fan speed based on ambient temperature using the built-in sensor, ensuring optimal comfort. There's normal mode, which keeps the fan running at a constant speed. We have natural mode, which simulates a natural breeze by altering the fan speed. And to top it off, we have turbo mode, which is serious power at its circulating speed set to the max. And lastly, you have a custom mode, and you can set it however you like. There's also 3D automatic oscillation, which will just have the fan rotating in every which direction, but you can also manually control the oscillation to like super high precision in like the exact direction you want it from the app, which is actually, I found that to be the coolest thing ever. And they have like a nice graphic for this. You can see the fan and you can tilt the head in whichever direction you like, and this is done very nicely. Like the graphic is nice, the controls are quick. Like as soon as I move this thing, the fan's moving right away. It's instant, and it's definitely one of the coolest features I've ever seen on a fan before. Moreover, you have the RGB light. You get the whole rainbow of colors, over 1500 colors for ambient light, and it has different modes to like what you want to set it to. You can like make it breathable. You can have it like cycle through the colors, or you can just set it to a single color and you can increase the brightness of it, and various other settings as well to, you know, really fit your vibe and, you know, customize it to your personal liking. Last thing I want to mention, you can link the DREO app with Google Home so you can control it with your voice, turn it on and off, and the various other settings that are available. And I use that all the time to just, you know, turn the fan on. And if I want to mess with the other ones, I just use the app. But you can do everything with voice as well. So this is definitely a nice smart fan for, you know, having these applications, and it really comes handy like all the time. Like I'm on my phone anyway, so I use this guy all the time. All right, let's talk about the pros. The design is one of the highlights, simple with a smooth finish and minimalistic vibe that fits in any space. The smart controls are highly convenient. Like I can control this with my phone, I can control it with my voice, linking it to like Google Home, stuff like that. So the smart controls are very handy. Like I control it with my phone all the time. So like I'm about to go to bed, or like in the middle of the night, it gets really hot. I can turn the fan on easily. I mean, it also comes with the remote as well, but a lot of the time I'm on my phone anyway, so I can just like control it with my phone. The 3D oscillation is super impressive. And as an engineer, that's one of the features that I find to be like especially cool, because that thing looks like it's levitating and it can rotate in any direction, and you know, I personally enjoy seeing that. And especially like the part where like it's very precise, like I can precisely adjust exactly whichever angle I want, and it is instant. Like on the app, like I'll move it to the right, I'll move to the right, I'll move it up, down, whatever direction I want. That thing is precise, and again, like I just love that. That's so cool to see, you know, the motors doing the thing, and it's real time. Like the delay from me controlling it on my phone to actually seeing it in person is almost instant. Like there's barely any delay. The airflow is seriously powerful. Like when I first tested the turbo setting, I didn't realize how strong it actually was. Like I accidentally had it pointed towards a glass frame on my bookshelf, which wasn't like nailed in or anything, and it blew the frame off and it actually broke. Like I had to throw that thing away. So yeah, so be careful where you aim this thing. I found that pointing it upward on turbo mode is the safest, as long as you don't have anything on your ceiling, because that's how you're going to get best performance in turbo setting. But if you are pointing at certain object or in a certain direction, just make sure you don't have anything that it can potentially blow away and break like I did. I didn't know. It was my first time testing it. So airflow is crazy, and it's super powerful. Finally, I love the ambient light. It's definitely my personal favorite. It's subtle, but really adds a nice touch to the room, especially at night. Like a lot of the times I'll just have it on while watching a movie just for ambient light, and honestly, it just feels nice. It's just like a nice touch. When it comes to the cons, I have to say the fan itself and all the features are genuinely impressive. It works great, but there are just few external things that would make the overall experience better. First, the main downside is the price. It's around 130 bucks, although you might be able to catch a deal on Amazon or DREO's official website. That said, considering like the build quality, performance, and features, I still think it's totally worth it. Also, while the fan offers a bunch of modes, 6 to be exact, and it feels a little overkill. Like realistically, most people, like myself included, will probably only stick with like, you know, normal mode like 99% of the time. I see what DREO is going for with all the options, but it might be trying to do a bit too much. At the end of the day, it's a fan, and sometimes simplicity just works best. So for the most part, I'll only be using like at least 2 modes, either normal, and if you need the full speed, you can go turbo. But like I said, this is not a deal breaker at all. These are just external things, added features. In terms of the fan's functionalities and overall performance, it has top-notch performance. So all in all, the DREO TurboPoly Fan 508S is hands down one of the coolest fans I've ever tested. The airflow is no joke. You can feel it from across the room, and the design is super clean with the floating head look, touch controls, and ambient light that actually adds a vibe to your space. The smart features are legit too. 6 modes, 3D oscillation, RGB lighting, and app with the voice control. Some of the modes feel a bit much, like I ended up just using normal mode for the most part, but it is cool that these options are there. The build quality is solid, it's quiet for the most part thanks to DREO's DC motor, and it's easy to clean, which I really appreciate for long-term use. So if you're looking for a modern, powerful fan that actually looks good in your space, I would definitely recommend checking it out. The links are in the description, so definitely check that out. Well, that's it for today's review. If you enjoy tech reviews like this, be sure to subscribe. I've got new reviews dropping every week. I'll see you in the next one. Have a super day, and thanks for watching.